Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with another video. So, little update on the motor. I brought all my stuff over to my dad's house. He used to be a machinist actually, and he's got all the correct tools to measure the bore, all the journals on the crank, the rods, everything. And turns out the block is right in spec, other than being a little bit egg-shaped. It was like 1.5 to 2 thou out of round. So I'm going to be boring that just one size over bore. The crank is actually in very, very good shape. The journals, even with the bearings, the used bearings with 250,000 miles on it, they're still within spec. So I ordered up standard size bearings for the mains and the rods. The rods, obviously, rods and pistons are getting replaced. And I actually didn't show you guys. Where is number 4 piston? So I didn't even realize it until I pulled all the rings off. But the ringland is actually broke off of the piston as well. So I ordered up everything for this bottom end. I'm gonna wait to order the stuff for the top end because I need to figure out what head gasket I'm gonna use once I figure out the piston projection, because these pistons actually sit on top. They sit above the cylinder or the deck surface. So that's how you decide what head gasket you run, depending on how far that piston sticks out. Because all the piston has variance and the rods have a very, very small amount of variance. So, and then also when you deck the block, that changes, that drops the height down a little bit. So I got to get the whole bottom end together, check that, and then order up the head gasket. So what I ended up ordering is 0.5 millimeter oversized ASV pistons, which are a little bit shorter than the stock ALH pistons. And I've read that is because they assume you're going to deck the block. So to keep your piston projection correct, when you deck the block, you need a shorter piston as well. So that's going to work perfect for, in my case, being that I am going to deck the block. So I ordered that. I ordered the max speeding rods. I ordered all the bearings, seals, gaskets, everything for the bottom end. So I'm going to wait till I get my pistons, measure everything so I can tell the machinist exactly how much material to pull off the top of the block so that my piston sticks out the correct amount so I can order a head gasket for it. So that is the game plan with that. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for pistons and machining work, I am going to be coating some things. So when we did this turbo and the valve cover, I'm actually going to be switching the color up a little bit. It's a little too pinkish. This was a really light coat. It could probably be fixed with another coat, but I'm just going to strip this and the valve cover and redo that, and also powder coat a few other things. And then I'm going to actually be doing some Cerakote too. Cerakote is a lot. You can get high temp Cerakote, which is good up to like 1800 degrees. So I'm going to be doing the exhaust manifold, the turbo hot side. I haven't decided if I'm going to coat the cartridge area of that turbo. And then I want to coat the engine bracket, oil filter housing, oil pan, that little oil pump cover. I'm going to do the intake manifold, intercooler pipes, and just kind of clean this thing up, make it look good. So all that Cerakote is going to be black, and then I'm going to have the red on turbo valve cover, intercooler pipes, and maybe a couple other little things. So I'm going to rip this turbo apart, get that manifold off. I need to sandblast everything. I'm also going to cut the bottom of that accessory bracket off because that is for AC, and I'm never going to be running AC on here, and it's just kind of hanging down in the way. So I'm going to cut that off, and then we can blast that, coat that, and all this other stuff, get it sandblasted and ready for coating. So let's get to work with that. All right, guys, after a lot of blasting, we got everything ready that we're gonna Cerakote. So I changed up my mind a little bit. So I'm doing the exhaust manifold, intake, the oil filter housing, the little actuator for the turbo, then some little brackets in that front oil pump cover. And then I'm also gonna do the actual cold side of the turbo. And I am going to leave the hot side because it's already coated. And that coating is going to be a bear to get off. So, and it should be plenty strong. So this is what I'm using, Glacier Black. This is a high temp Cerakote. It's like 1800 degrees is what it's rated for. So should be good enough for the exhaust parts. And then you want to use just a little HVLP. That's a 0.8 tip, I believe. So this stuff is there's no mixing required. You just shake the crap out of it, make sure it's really shook up, dump it in the gun, and spray. So I got to blow this stuff off, get all the sand off, and then we can spray it out and let it cure up. Alright guys, since I'm not coating this hot side, we can throw this whole vane assembly and everything back in the hot side and get the half the turbo together anyway. So I just wanted to take this apart anyway to clean it all up, because with all that oil that went through the turbo, kind of caked up the vanes and everything. So they're all nice and clean now. We can throw it all back together and it'll work like brand new. So make sure you got all your parts. You need 3 of these spacers, 3 of these little roller doodads, 3 pins, and then 3 bolts. And another thing to be aware of is the alignment pin right here. So that is where your arm connects into the actual vane ring right here. So that will line up straight with that. So you don't want to, if you have it offset, your vane arm won't contact this ring to turn your open and close your vanes. So I don't even know if it'll go together. Alright guys, got this thing together. So you can see the hole here lines up with the notch right there for this arm. So you can see that pin on top, and then there's the arm. So that needs to line straight up, and you can set that down and just make sure you get that pin in that hole in the housing. All right, there it is. So make sure that sits flush with the little housing, and then when you rotate your arm, it should be smooth and you can hear the vanes opening and closing. So that's when you know you get that arm in the slot for that ring in there. So now it's just a matter of getting these bolts on, and that hot side should be good. So I'm gonna wait for that cold side to cure up, then we can throw that on and turbo will be complete. All right guys, I'm gonna get to work on this bracket. So like I said, I'm gonna cut the bottom off. I'm gonna cut down that line that you see right there. I gotta leave that bottom section on because it alternated bolts through these two holes here. And then there's also these two bolts that go into the block to hold that bracket on. So I gotta leave those holes there. So I'm just gonna cut on that line and we can get this thing blasted, and I'm just gonna powder coat that. But I'm waiting for some other stuff to get in to be able to powder coat. I'm just gonna powder coat everything at once. So get this stuff ready anyway. Alright guys, it's been a few days and this Cerakote is partially cured. It takes like 5 days to actually fully cure, so it is dried enough anyway so I can start putting some stuff together. So I'm going to take the turbo, get the actuator, the cold side, all this bracket, everything, the whole turbo together. Also bolted on the manifold, and also I got the engine bracket all sandblasted. So I'm actually waiting for a new oil pan before I powder coat because I found a crack. See a little crack right down at the bottom here? So I bought a new pan. Once we get that pan in, we can powder coat the pan, the bracket here, a couple other little things. I actually decided to leave the valve cover. That powder coat is not fun at all to strip, and the valve cover actually looks really good. It's not light at all like that cold side was. So I'm gonna leave the valve cover, and then I gotta figure out what to do with the alternator. I'm not sure if you can take those apart or not. I'm gonna do a little research, I guess, see if I can strip that thing apart because it's a little crusty looking. But other than that, we are pretty much getting close to done with coating stuff. Like I said, once we get that pan in, we can finish it up. So let's get this turbo complete and back together. All right, turbo is done, looking good. I really like that all black. And if you've never had one of these cars, these actuators rust right away. I've washed this engine bay once, and just the water sitting in the top of here, it was all full of rust. So that Cerakote is definitely going to keep it from rusting, keep it looking good, and hopefully this stuff holds up to the high temp. It's supposed to be 1800 degrees. We'll see how it works and how long it lasts. So that's about it for this video, guys. The next video, we got a lot more exciting stuff to do on the truck itself. We got to coat more stuff. Just waiting for parts to get in so we can get the powder coating done. Waiting for parts for the truck. I got a few things I want to do while the motor's out. So if you want to see that, stay tuned on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.